Yo, what up, everybody? Before we go any further, I need you guys to press that thumbs up, like, subscribe, press that subscribe button. You know, all the things that, us YouTubers always say before we start a video. This is real disturbing to me. It's really disturbing to me because, well, for several reasons. These murders of black people, black men in particular, keep happening year after year. We keep seeing story after story of a black man being murdered and gunned down. And it's always the same story, by these police officers. It's always the same type of story. And we, as a people, we get outraged, we get upset, we want to march, we want to hit the streets, and we want to protest, and we want to do all these things. Each time. But nothing ever changes. I'm convinced that in America, in this country, there's some kind of satanic ritual or some shit that goes on where they have to keep killing our brothers like this in the streets. And police officers just keep getting away with it. They just keep getting away with it, or, they have to try to drag the victim. Well, he was a criminal, or he had a record. He was a drug addict. He was a drug dealer. He was this, he was that. This is what we keep getting. They have to take the victim and tear him down. And we see white supremacy thrive live and well. It's so alive that our people are still within it. When we go to work, we have to deal with these things. We have to follow the rules. We have to do all these things. When you become a police officer, you have to follow the rules of white supremacy, basically. These black men who are not our brothers were following white supremacy, y'all. These black police officers, they were following white supremacy. How the fuck do you pull someone over for a traffic stop? You're grabbing on them, you're snatching them, you come with all this force, all this anger and animosity and all this force. That shit is intimidating and it's scary. You have someone who has guns and they're yelling and screaming at you. I don't know where these motherfucking police officers get off calling you a perpetrator or some now you're a perpetrator. Now you're out here trying to escape. Now you are a criminal. Now they just pulled you over for a traffic stop. But whatever the reasons were, it escalated. And now, when flight mode steps in, where you feel like you have to protect yourself, so you run, you flee. That is the first rule of nature, y'all. Self-preservation, to protect yourself. And they'll make a criminal out of you for doing it. They'll make a fucking criminal out of you for running away. And instead of just chasing you or trying to stop you, put you down, hold you down, until they can get some handcuffs on you and then put you in the car safely, they want to shoot you in the back and say that you were a danger. Now you're running away from them, but now all of a sudden you're a danger. Now Tyrie Nichols was another example of not being a danger. He was running away. As a matter of fact, he was a few houses down from where he lived. He was screaming and hollering for his mother when they had him on the floor. These fucking police officers, these fucking bastards, was holding him up, punching him. Another police officer came with a baton and started hitting him. They kicked him while he was down in his head a few times, y'all. This is what these motherfucking bastards did to this young man, who was a father, by the way. He was a father. Now his child has to grow up knowing what the fuck happened to his father. How someone people that look like him, following white supremacy, murdered him and killed him. And they were punishing him because he ran for his life. They punished him for it and beat him up some more and attacked him and kicked him in his head and murdered this young man. That's what they did. That's what they did to Tyrie Nichols. And I'm sick and tired of the same story playing over and over and over and over and over and over again, y'all. I'm going to say this, but it's high time that we get our land back. You have all these enemies sitting on your land. They want to tell you you come from Africa and all these type of things. They're on your land killing you. Killing you. On your land. We need our land back. And it's just as simple as that. You wonder why you got all these passport bros and all these type of things, because a lot of our women, they work with white supremacy too. It all goes hand in hand, all of it. And a lot of black men are just simply tired of it. We can't get any cooperation anywhere. We're always at the lowest of the fucking totem pole. As much as we're loved and admired and mimicked, that's how much we're hated. Especially in this country, in America. We are hated. Period and point blank, even by our own motherfucking people who follow white supremacy, y'all. I hope these motherfucking police officers, I hope these black bastards, I hope they suffer. I hope that they suffer. I hope that they get the fullest. They get prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And I hope they meet some motherfuckers in there that hate police officers. And I hope they fuck them up terribly. Because Tyrie Nichols' family has to endure this. His son has to endure this. This shit is crazy. And although we know this shit ain't gonna stop until we get ourselves right, y'all. Because see, this is how you know we are under curses, y'all. Totally under these curses. And we just won't get it right. We will not get it right if it's to save our lives. But this murdering of us, it has to stop. It has to stop. Because these bastards that look like us, they were collaborating, getting their stories together, coming up with all kind of lies. And yeah, he tried to grab my gun. This is what they were saying, y'all. Yeah, he tried to grab my gun and he was trying, he was driving crazy and, he looked like he was about to hit my car. This is what these motherfuckers was talking about, y'all. Trying to come up with reason and excuses as to why they murdered this young man. Why they beat him the way that they beat him. This is crazy. But I just want y'all to notice that you're not hearing nothing about this Asian community right now. The very people that took out people from the Asian community were other Asians. You don't hear any Asian people talking about it. Now, they have a crime bill. They got reparations. But their own people did this horrible act towards them, and you don't hear any outcry about it. None. But I bet you if it was another race, a white person or a black person that had did this horrible crime and act, oh, you would never hear the end of it. You would never hear the end of it. But look at how we keep getting treated in good old America. Look at how black people, so-called black people, how we continuously get mistreated. This shit got to stop. Tyrie Nichols, I pray that your soul rests with our ancestors. I pray that you're able to rest. I pray that your family through this is able to have some form of comfort. And I know I'm asking for a lot because this shit is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. The murders just gotta stop. This shit has got to stop, y'all. And now we wondering why passport bros and all this kind of shit is just going. You might have a better chance going to another country. You know, as a matter of fact, when you look up the top countries that are the worst, America is on that list of one of the worst places. America, you know, Los Angeles and, you know, all different type of places in America are just horrible. They tell you, you know, it's not really all that safe. But they try to downplay all these other countries where you might be a little safer. So a lot of black men especially are getting the fuck up out of here. You spend all your money, you pay taxes, you know, you live, and look at how you get treated. You can fight for this damn country, come back home, get pulled over by the police officers, and that might be the end of your life, depending on what type of police officer you get. You know, and self-preservation is the first rule. You know, they make you out to be a criminal for just simply running. What are you supposed to do? Just sit there and let them kill you? You know, it's amazing how people haven't started shooting and busting back at alarming rates. It's amazing to me because I'm in shock. I'm surprised that people aren't murdering police officers at alarming rates. I'm really shocked. I'm shocked that police officers are not dying by civilians, you know, on a regular, because the way that they abuse us, I'm surprised people have not snapped and started murdering them at alarming rates. Because this shit is crazy. The way they feel they can just murder you and get away with it. Because a lot of times they can get away with it, especially if you're a prisoner already. See, you lose all your rights. Once you are in the system, you lose all your rights and you're basically a slave. You don't have any rights. So even if you, let's say you're in prison already and you commit a crime while you're in prison, you murder someone in prison while you're already in prison, you don't have any rights. You know, you can get beat up by one of the deputies, by a bunch of police officers, and it will get shoved under the rug. You're already incarcerated. Somebody's going to come and save you. Someone's going to prosecute these police officers. And we know that these black police officers, these bastard ass police officers, the reason why they are getting, everything is getting pushed so fast is because they're black themselves. See, they're going to learn that, yeah, that white supremacy that you were following and working under, that same rule don't work for you. Now they'll let you, do white supremacy. As long as you're able to get away with it, they will let you, fight for them with that white supremacy. But you're on your own when you get caught. You are on your own, black people. While you over here following white supremacy, once it falls on you, you are on your own. Because now they just killed two birds with one stone. Two birds with one stone. And I hope that these police officers with their black asses, I hope they suffer. I hope they suffer. And I hope that they pay. And I hope that they're able to think about what they've done. And I hope that they are able, that it just eats them up on the inside for what they've done to this black man, Tyrie Nichols, who had a family, who had a child. I pray you rest, and I pray for healing for his family. And I pray that those bastards that did this to him, I pray that they suffer for what they've done. There's no forgiveness. Because it really hurts and it really sucks when it's somebody that looks like you that does this to their own because they want to follow white supremacy. That shit hurts. That bothers me. May you rest in peace, Tyrie. You didn't deserve this at all. Rest with our ancestors, brother.